today is gonna be quite a rambly video because I'm trying something new. I'm just gonna sit down, talk about life, what's been going on, how I've been feeling, you know, just all of that. And I'm just gonna put it on my laptop and put it straight onto YouTube. I'm not even gonna edit it or anything. And I don't know why. I mean, I know why I want to do this, but I'm not necessarily in the most chatty mood today, so I didn't really pick the right day to do this, because I'm gonna be pausing and thinking and just kind of talking off the top of my head, and I'm not really in a chatty mood, and I'm not like wanting to just sit down and like tell you like how to live your life. Like, I've just been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of overthinking, a lot of overanalyzing, and I think that's what has been keeping me away from making videos, because I love making videos. I think modeling is fun. You know, obviously that's what I'm doing right now. That is my career. And, you know, it's something that I'm passionate about, but it's so one-dimensional, and a lot of the times it's not really things that I want to create. Like if I'm doing like e-com jobs or like lookbooks and stuff like that, it's not necessarily something that it's not something that I produced myself. And you know, you get to see a side of me that like a brand wants you to see, or you know, you get to see a side of me that isn't necessarily me. And I love when I get to produce and style and do my makeup and do my own hair and, you know, produce everything myself, because that is truly coming from my heart, and you know, it's something that I love to do and I still do. And but with that being said, it's just, like I said, it's so one-dimensional, and you don't really get to see this side of me where I'm just sitting and talking and, you know, letting you into my life and into, you know, my thoughts and feelings. And you don't really get to see that in a photograph or an image. And, you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be like the best person for you guys, and to, you know, just show up and sit down and turn the camera on and just have everything to say, you know, already planned out and, you know, already thought of. And you know, I used to think that I knew all the answers, and you know, it's just one of those things where, because I've been doing so much thinking lately, it stopped me from actually doing things. And it's like, talk is talk, but it's like, if you can't actually bring yourself to do it, it doesn't even matter. And you know, I get messages from people all the time saying that they miss my YouTube videos, you know, when is another video coming up? And for me, in my head, I'm like, oh, like I don't even know what to talk about. Like I feel like I know what I want to do, but every time I like sit down and I want to make a video, I'm like, is this even interesting enough? Like, is this, I don't know, like I just don't want to make excuses anymore. I want to come on here, and even if I do have, you know, a lot of these types of videos, you know, it would be one thing if, you know, I was I don't know, like if I was trying to be, you know, a certain type of YouTuber. But nowadays, like with YouTube, I haven't really even watched a lot of YouTube lately, because I have seen a lot of negativity. I've seen a lot of the same type of videos where, and this is also kind of why I want to just sit down and, you know, just talk and not edit this, because I'm just tired of seeing these like really like almost like movie, like documentary, like huge budget type videos where you know, there's so much going on and there's so much action and drama, and a lot of it I feel like is not authentic. Like, I know a lot of vloggers have, you know, a lot of vloggers have a past with like making up things like just for their vlogs and for their videos, and I don't know, I see YouTube, and when I try to watch different channels nowadays, it's like I find myself going through my subscription list and just like scrolling and seeing like clickbaity title after clickbaity title, and like just drama and like tea and all this stuff, and I don't see any raw videos anymore, if that makes sense. I don't know, but it's just one of those things where that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I want to make videos like that, because for me, seeing a video of someone just being vulnerable and talking about things that, you know, are going on in their lives, and not really caring about like the high quality of the video with like the music and the editing and, you know, the special effects and, you know, pictures like scattered throughout the video and stuff like that. Like, I find whenever I put too much thought into that, it takes away from the video that I wanted to make. But I digress. I ramble a lot, but this is the type of video that I wanted to make today, because I'm so I don't know, what's the word? I'm just so not fazed by like the videos that I see on YouTube anymore. Like, a lot of them don't inspire me. They don't, you know, they don't make me have that feeling inside of like happiness and all that. I feel like I'm watching like a bunch of reality TV, if you know what I mean. But, and also I wish I knew more YouTubers that just were like really down to earth and really chill, that I could watch, and, you know, I could just, you know, be in bed or like need to, you know, watch something to like gain insight or, you know, advice or guidance or something, and just have someone be talking like this, like one-on-one, like friend to friend. Like, I love those types of videos. Let me know if you like those types of videos, because that's always what I have been trying to do. And yeah, but back to what I wanted to talk about in the beginning was just what has been going on in my life, and what has been going on with me, and what I've been up to, and where have I been, and all that. If this is really bright, it's because I literally never pay attention to what's it called, like the lighting. Is that better? We're just gonna go with it. But it's hot in here. I hate putting the air conditioning on, because I feel like there's so much noise, and I feel like a lot of YouTubers go through this when they're like recording in a house and they have to shut off the AC, and then they're just like sweating bullets, like trying to not think about it while they film their video. But I have to film, well, I like filming like right in front of a window, so I don't have to use like a bunch of like weird lighting equipment. But anyways, yeah, what's been going on with me? Obviously I haven't been on YouTube all that much lately, and like I said, that's because I haven't really been inspired by you know, the types of videos that I see on YouTube nowadays. And I feel like YouTube is going in like a direction that I'm not necessarily a fan of. And I think about that a lot. And I think I worry a lot about how I come off, and, you know, if my message is being able to, like if I'm able to get across like my core statement and my message and, you know, who I am in my videos. And I think I just worry too much about being like disingenuous, because I see a lot of YouTubers that have become that way, and I see right through it, and that's not something that I want to have happen like to my channel. And, you know, with that, I, you know, took a little break from YouTube. And even before I took a break from YouTube, I wasn't really making a lot of videos, because I've always just been so confused on like what like type of videos I want to be constantly making. Like, obviously I love fashion, I love modeling, so, you know, you see like the modeling advice, you see the you know, random vlogs like here and there of like me going to castings, and like some outfit inspiration, outfit videos, like lookbook sort of things. And then I have like these sit down videos where I, you know, talk about things that have happened in my life to kind of send the message that, you know, whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And even if you're not necessarily going through exactly what I'm going through, or, you know, if you're in a completely different career path and, you know, whatnot, you can still take a little bit away from it. And those videos I love making, so I definitely want to focus on making more of those types of videos, because I think out of all the videos that I make on this channel, those types of videos where I'm kind of like this and I'm talking to you just as a friend, those are the types of videos that I genuinely love making the most. And recently I haven't been making a lot of videos because I have been going through like I don't want to say I'm going through like difficult times, or I'm going through like a rough time, because I am happy, I'm confused, but overall, like, I'm still happy and my heart is full. But I am a little confused about kind of where I am in my life right now, and, you know, what direction I'm about to go into next. And I'm confused because I literally have no idea. Like, I don't know, it's weird, because I used to be so confident in the way that I led myself through my life, and I never doubted myself. I never was like insecure about my choices, or you know, just stuff like that. And I always had faith that everything was gonna be okay in the end, which I know that it will be. But I'm in my 20s, and this is so normal to be going through this phase, this season in my life right now, because this is the age where, you know, there's more and more pressure to figure out what I want to do for like the rest of my life, and, you know, where I'm gonna be in like 10 years, in 20 years. Am I gonna be married? Am I gonna have kids? Do I even want to get married? When am I gonna, you know, actually have like a sustainable career? Because we all know that modeling isn't something that I'm gonna be able to do forever, as much as I would love to. But then again, I don't even know if I would love to do that. But anyways, I've just been really confused lately, like genuinely confused. And I think the reason why I feel a lot of shame with that is because I used to carry myself like I knew all the answers and that I knew what I was doing. And you know, the older I get, the more I realize that I literally do not know anything. Like, I know nothing. And I like I said, I think I have a lot of shame with being confused because I feel like a lot of the times I see that, and something that I've noticed a lot just in the last like few years, especially, you know, since social media and all that stuff has kind of become like merged with our real lives and, you know, all that. I've noticed that a lot of people don't really talk about like perceived failures when they're actually failing in real time. Like, I feel like a lot of people, they talk about failures when they get to the top of the mountain and they're able to like turn around and look back on, you know, their past. And it's more of like a reflecting sort of thing where they're like, oh, like here I am now, you know, I remember, you know, I was at a point where I was this, or, you know, back when I was depressed and back when, you know, I was feeling so lonely. But I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about feeling lonely and feeling confused and feeling scared when they're actually going through it and they're sitting with it and they're talking about it, you know, while they're feeling those emotions, and it's fresh and it's something that, you know, you're currently living with. I feel like a lot of people don't talk like that. Like, people are okay talking about failures when they're in a better place because they're like, oh, this is the new me. You know, the old sad me, the old depressed me, that was, you know, 6 months ago. That was, you know, that was a few weeks ago. I'm a different person now. And I've been feeling this feeling for, I'm like looking at myself because I know that the lighting is gonna change, and I'm like, did I pick the wrong time to make this video? But, you know, whatever, fuck it. But yeah, people just don't want to talk about things that scare them, and, you know, just stuff like that. I mean, that's what's hard for me, because I think I felt more comfortable being vulnerable and like opening up, because I felt like at the time when I, you know, was opening up about a lot of stuff, I was in a better place and it felt better to talk about. Like, I was okay at that point, and, you know, it wasn't gonna make me like emotional or sad talking about it. But here I am in this like weird limbo in life, and I just don't even know how to make sense of it. Like, I just don't even know how to like really put it into words. But that's why I think making this sort of video is so important, because a lot of people don't post stuff like this. Sorry, my camera actually stopped recording for some reason, but I literally just hit the record button like 0.2 seconds ago, so you didn't miss anything. But yeah, like, people just don't like talking about that stuff, and here I am in this position feeling like this, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because people don't post stuff of them doing boring shit, you know? People don't post pictures and videos, and they don't let people in when they're experiencing moments like this, where you have me literally just sitting in this empty room just talking to oblivion, just hoping that, you know, this is all making sense. But this is really important because it's raw and it's fucking real. And a lot of the things that you look at and you see and you ingest like every single day, like when you're on Instagram, when you're on Facebook, when you're on YouTube, a lot of the stuff isn't real. And you know, it's like, it's just something that I want to not fall into the trap of doing. Like, I don't want to keep posting things that aren't real, and I don't want to, you know, lead people on to think that I'm, you know, perfect and that, you know, everything is great and that I'm just killing it. And I don't know, I just don't want to do that anymore. And I've actually been challenging myself on Instagram to be more open, because last week I just was like randomly on my feed and I was looking at it and I was like, holy shit, like, if I wasn't Frances, if I was just like some random person looking at my own Instagram feed, I would not know who Frances Florence Tomei is based on what I put out at all. Like, who she is, what she stands for, you know, what she's about, just anything about Frances. You know, I wouldn't be able to get like a good feel, you know, for who this person is based on, you know, what she puts out, because it's all just been things that I felt pressured into posting, because I just was thinking like, well, you know, the photos that I put a lot of time and a lot of effort in, and you know, I spend money out of my own pocket, you know, pulling the wardrobe, pulling the shoes, pulling the accessories, and doing my own hair. And even when I'm not doing that, like, it's still a lot of effort, you know, to create what I like to create. And sometimes, like, I've noticed when I put certain things out, I noticed that selfies that were like heavily face-tuned, edited, filtered, just pictures that were me, obviously, but like every feature of me was not me. And of course, those get like the most appreciation, the most love, the most praise. You know, all that is rewarded to girls with like the most perfect face and the most perfect body, the most perfect skin. And I don't know, I just looked at my Instagram and I was like, how the hell did someone like me, who is like always striving to be like my most authentic self, get to a point where I even look at my stuff and I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't even see myself in what I'm putting out right now. And, you know, I think that was just kind of like because I was in a phase where I just kind of like gave up and I like stopped giving a shit, and I was just posting things that people would like and posting things that I know would get a lot of engagement. But really, it was stressful. Like, it was really fucking stressful because I knew like exactly what I was doing. I just wasn't ready to like admit to myself that I wasn't being like true to myself anymore. And you know, that's kind of where I am at this point in my life. But I don't know, I think a lot of people get stuck in ruts and it's hard to pull yourself out, because when you're depressed and you're not motivated and you lose that like drive to like go out and do things, you get like complacent and you get comfortable, and you don't want to like put yourself out there anymore, because you reach this comfortable spot where now doing anything is out of your comfort zone. And you know, every single day that I spent in my apartment, you know, not like literally not doing anything, like I was beating myself up for that like every single day because I knew that was happening. I knew that I was allowing that to happen. And that's also the reason why I stopped really being consistent on my channel, is because I didn't want to come on and talk about, you know, things that I perceived as like failures and things that I, you know, I was beating myself up for. Because in the beginning of the year, I think, was it this year? Well, I think it was last year, I don't know, but I made like sorry, I was literally just thinking about that for a split second, and then I realized like I'm not cutting this like at all. So but I was literally just thinking about when I posted that video. But yeah, this was like at the beginning of 2017, where I was like at the height of like my consistency with YouTube. Like I was posting videos like once a week, every single week, sometimes twice a week. And I don't know, I just like I had a lot of shit happen where I got really like really down, and like I stopped going to the gym, I stopped making videos, I stopped really doing a lot of like self-care, a lot of things that are like important to me. I just like neglected because, you know, I was going through a lot of changes in my life, and ever since then it's been really hard to kind of like get to that same point again where I'm like so passionate and I'm so driven and like I'm so motivated and inspired. And I don't know, it's just, yeah, like I said, like in the beginning of 2017, I made this video where I was like talking about what I wanted to do that year, like what my goals were, you know, what I was planning on doing, you know, things that were in the works. And, you know, I was super confident. And February of this year, I posted a video where, you know, I was talking about going to New York and, you know, going and meeting with agencies and how that would like potentially change my life and like all this stuff. And I literally have a video that I should probably make after this one. But I have like a whole script of what I wanted to say, and like in the beginning I wanted to make it this like really beautiful video, and like I actually wanted to film it on like a red camera and have it be like really crisp and just visually stimulating and like inspiring and motivating, and I would do like a voiceover. But now I'm kind of thinking I should probably just like sit and read like exactly what I wrote, just like how it looks right now, because I feel like that's way more genuine and you would be able to see like my emotions, like, you know, how they are coming off in real time. But where is this? Yeah, so I don't know if you could see this, but I literally have like this whole thing written down on like what I wanted to talk about like in that video, because in that video I said that I would update you guys, and I never did, because what had happened after that was like so discouraging and so frustrating. And obviously like I'll get to that in another video, because this video would literally be like 7 hours long, and I know I love videos that are like an hour long, 45 minutes long, but 7 hours, like no thank you. But yeah, I know I need to make that video, because that also has a lot to do with like perceived failures and, you know, stuff like that. But I don't know, like I've been going through like a lot of changes, and when I went to New York, I I was so confident and I was so sure of myself, and going to New York like really, really changed my perspective, and it like knocked me off my feet and just like shattered everything about me. And I spent like so much time like picking up the pieces and trying to like recollect myself. And it was like after that, it was like another thing happened and another thing happened and another thing happened. And a lot of it made me realize that, you know, there was a new chapter that was about to begin, like a chapter, this chapter that I was on in my life was about to close and a new chapter was about to begin. And I didn't even know like what that was yet, but you know, I've just been kind of going through a lot of things that have made me question what I'm doing, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and what else I need to do with my time. Because, you know, I'm still working in LA. I just got back from Mexico City. I was there for a month. And right now I'm trying to place in Europe, and there's a lot of other markets that, you know, I'm about to start placing to, so that's really exciting. I'm not at a point where I'm like throwing in the towel and I'm like leaving what I'm doing and like being bitter about it and stuff like that. Like I'm still okay, but I guess long story short, I just wanted to like convey the message that, yeah, like I'm at a point right now where I'm just confused as fuck. Like I just don't know how else to say it, and I don't even know how to talk about it. And clearly, like, I'm showcasing that right now, but that is also important too, because this is pushing me to continue to be authentic and to be, you know, true to myself. And, you know, I want to show these sides, you know, of my life. I don't want to show like constant, like, oh, look at what I'm doing, look at, you know, where I'm at, look at who I'm with, you know, just all that. You know, it's just so shitty when you are following someone and it's like a constant highlight reel, like everything that they talk about. And like even when they talk about negative things, there's always like such a like a cinematic ending to it, where, you know, all this like really crazy cinematic music comes on and they're like, I'm so much better, I'm such a better person, this has changed my life. And it's like, yeah, no, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I think a lot. And one thing that I shouldn't be ashamed of is knowing that I have good intentions and that I have a good heart. And I don't want to ever do anything that's like not genuine, because that would kill me if I was like choosing that route and I was like losing people's trust and losing people's respect over me putting out like a bunch of fake shit. And I guess like the solution to that in my head is to sit down and talk about how I'm kind of like in this limbo in life right now. You know, I'm trying to figure myself out. I'm trying to, you know, just discover more about myself and really, really focus on like me right now, and focus on like making sure that I'm okay and making sure that I'm still loving myself, because that's like always step one in my life before I do anything else. And for a while I did not have that, excuse me, Jesus, I did not have that in check. So I felt like in my heart, I just wasn't ready to sit down and be like, hey, like, what's up, you guys? Like, today I'm gonna talk about like staying happy and staying motivated and like all that stuff. I probably sound like a crazy person right now, but maybe that's what people want to see. I don't know. But I did save last night like a couple things that I wanted to keep for myself, and I literally just thought about this just now, and I didn't even save these things for a video. I just saved them for myself, and I sent them to my boyfriend because I wanted to also remind him of these things. But Jesus, the lighting is like whatever. But I literally just remembered that I saved all this stuff, and it's very fitting, and it's something that these are things that I read yesterday and meant a lot to me and made me feel really happy, so I wanted to share them with you. This is a screenshot that I actually took. One of my friends that I know through the modeling industry, she's also another model. She posted this, where is like the best place for me to sit? I feel like, right? Anyways, she posted this on her Instagram story, and I asked her if I could repost it at some point, and so I took a screenshot of it. But it was like a page from a book, and it says, "The world is increasingly designed to depress us. Happiness isn't good for the economy. If we were happy with what we had, why would we need more? How do you sell anti-aging moisturizer? You make someone worry about aging. How do you get people to vote for a political party? You make them worry about immigration. How do you get them to buy insurance? By making them worry about everything. How do you get them to have plastic surgery? By highlighting their physical flaws. How do you get them to watch a TV show? By making them worry about missing out. How do you get them to buy a new smartphone? By making them feel like they're being left behind. The calm becomes a revolutionary act. To be happy with your non-upgraded existence, to be comfortable with our messy human selves would not be good for business." And I really, really, really like that because it's so true. Like, Jesus, that is so true. And I feel that so much because a lot of what I have been going through is like not really thinking that I'm like enough. Like, I'm not pretty enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm not, like, I don't know, I'm not popular enough. I don't know. These are like stupid, terrible thoughts that I have. And I know other people have them too. But it's like, it just sucks to like actually think those things, like to come to a point where you are entertaining that idea and you have to like admit to yourself that you're actually thinking that. Like, to me, that fucking sucks. And I mean, recently I've just been like trying to change my thought patterns and trying to think more, you know, positively. And I've been spending a lot. This is also another thing that I wanted to say was, even though I'm confused about a lot of things in life right now, one thing that has made my heart so full is spending a lot of time with my family. I've been going up to the lake that my family has a lake house at, and I just got back from Disneyland, and you know, my family goes up there. My mom and dad, they go up there like almost every weekend because it's like the summertime for them. And my sister is home because she was doing an internship and she goes to school in a different state, so she is there from time to time. And I just went to Disneyland with my whole family, and that was really, really fun. And every time like just in the last like maybe 2 months, every time I spend time with my family, it's become more and more special to me, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, and I know I'm like getting way off topic, but this is also really important. Like I said, I literally just got back from Disneyland yesterday. I spent the whole weekend with my family, and I love hanging out with my mom. Like, my mom, she's like my biggest role model. Like, I just wish that I become like half of who she is, because she's just the most amazing woman like on this entire planet. And I know that the sun is like making me like shadowy, but so I was on my way home. Jesus, this light. I'm okay. Yeah, so yesterday I was on my way home from Disneyland, and I was just thinking about how grateful I am to like have the friends and the family that I do have. And it's a really small circle, okay? Like it's a really, really small circle of like friends that are my family, and then my family. Like it's like my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and you know, my boyfriend, and my 3 best friends that I've been friends with for like almost 10 years now. And on my way home back to LA yesterday, because I had like a pretty long ride from where I was before, you know, I was just like sitting in the car thinking about everything, and I was just thinking about like each and every one of them, like especially my mom. The majority of it I was thinking about my mom, but I was thinking about like how grateful I am to like have all of them in my life. And it made me cry. Like I was crying so much because it was just like I was over flooding with happiness, like just thinking about it, like knowing that I have them there, knowing that when times get difficult and I have my friends who are family, and then I have my family beside me, like that is what I call being at peace and having success in life, is having people surrounding you that love you and care about you and that support you and all of that. And I just was like in this, yesterday I was like in this mindset of like gratitude, and I was so happy. And it made me feel so much better about everything, because, you know, I obviously like I'm confused and I'm worried and I'm like scared, and I'm like I said a million times, I'm in this like limbo period in life right now. And, you know, despite when things get like this, just the fact that I know I have them there, like that is so comforting to me, and it makes me feel more than okay. You know, it makes me feel like I'm at peace, and that's all I could ever ask for. So yesterday I texted my mom, and I'll get back to those quotes in a second, but I texted my mom. Is this weird that I'm sharing this with you? I hope not, because I hope this makes you text somebody, your mom, your dad, your friends, I don't know. But anyway, so I texted my mom and I said, I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you and everything you do. Please always know that I see and appreciate it all. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. You give my life. Sorry, my camera shut off again. I think it went over the time limit. So anyways, I said, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have you. You give my life purpose and meaning, and you've taught me so much. You are my role model, and I look up to you for everything. You are the most important person in my life, and I'm eternally grateful that God chose you to be my mother and chose me to be your daughter. Thank you for being the best mom in the world and for giving me the greatest life I could ever ask for. When times get difficult, I'm always at peace knowing that I have you, my rock, my best friend, my world. I cry out of happiness just thinking about how grateful I am for you all the time. It brings me so much joy every day knowing that I have you as my mom. How did I get so lucky? It is truly the biggest blessing in my life. I have yet to come across anybody else that even comes close to how selfless and generous and loving you are, and I never will. There's nobody else like you. Nobody will ever compare. You've taught me so many things just by living your life how you live it. To be a warrior, to be your own cheerleader, to be a go-getter, an entrepreneur, a leader. You are a gift from God, and I know I'm not the only one who knows that. And my mom literally texts me back like at some point, and the only thing she says is, "You make me cry." Like no emojis, like no exclamation marks, like nothing. She literally, all she said was, "You make me cry." And that made me cry. Like, oh my God, I was so emotional yesterday. But I was emotional because I was so, like, I was just feeling so thankful for everybody in my life. And I need to think more about that, like, every day, because that made me so happy. And a lot of people don't really take the time to count their blessings and to really remember like how blessed they are and how lucky they are to be, you know, where they are in life. Because it could be so much worse. Like, I know it could be so much worse, and that's why I'm not like having like a Britney Spears moment, because like I don't need to be manic. Like I don't need to feel like the world is like crashing down on me, because I know that it's not. And you know, I have to like constantly remind myself of that, because it's really, really, really important. And it also is really good for self-care, is to like remember where you came from, remember the people around you, remember, you know, what you're grateful for and why you're grateful and all that. So anyways, back to those quotes. So this quote, and I will link this woman down below, but I think her name is Lala Dalia. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, but I was just looking through all of her poems, all of her like posts that she was making like on Twitter and on Instagram last night, and I was just going through like so many of them, and they're so uplifting and they're so positive, and they're so, it's not like sappy and like motivational and like inspiring. Like they're truly genuine, and I want to share a couple of them with you because you know, they helped me, and I hope through reading, you know, a couple of ones that I saved, some of them may be from this other person that I was looking at last night. I want to say, I can look up his name right now because I liked a bunch of his tweets last night. But okay, so his name is Londrell, and he goes by Love Heals on Twitter. So I think I like took screenshots of like both of theirs last night, and I like cropped them, so I can't tell like who wrote it, but it was both of them. It was either Lala or it was Londrell. But anyways, so this one says, no matter how on path you are, there will be places where you'll feel lost, full of doubt, and maybe even stumble, fall, or want to quit. Remember in these moments that vibrating higher daily is how you elevate, transcend, and win. There's another one that goes, doors are opening. The wait isn't punishment, it is preparation. Another one says, this season and this part of the process you're experiencing is necessary for where you told God, I'm just gonna say the universe, where you told God you wanted to go. Recognize you're on path, stay focused, stay on mission, vibrate higher daily from wherever you find yourself. There's another one that says, just because you feel lost doesn't mean that you are. Sometimes you just have to relax, breathe deep, and trust the season you're in. Another one says, what we often feel is wasting time is sacred time, full of purpose. The divine is strengthening us, making us and preparing us for what we asked for. Be patient, focused, encouraged, and aligned while in the process of being made. I love that one. This one I know is from Londrell because he does these mantras, but this one says, your mantra for today is, doubt and fear are thieves, but they will not steal my dreams. This one says, you only feel behind in life because you compare your life to others and allow others to standardize you. You are divine. You are free. And I love that one. There's another mantra that says, your mantra for today is, I will not allow the circumstances to dictate the state of my happiness. And I guess that's all the quotes that I took a screenshot of. But anyways, those reading stuff like that, like no matter where it is really, really helpful for me, because it reminds me that I may be in this limbo at this point in my life right now, and I may feel like I'm wasting a bunch of time, that I need to like overload my work schedule, and that I need to, you know, figure things out faster. But it's kind of because I'm letting, you know, society pressure dictate and put that pressure on me. And, you know, I feel like I have to rush things, and I feel like I have to, like, you know, start pumping out content just for the sake of putting out content. But it's like, that's where you lose your authenticity. Like, that's where you lose yourself in the process, is if you do shit like that. So I'm going to stop here, because I feel like this is a good time for me to sit down and just listen to me ramble while I try to like put this up on YouTube as fast as I can. I hope the lighting wasn't annoying. Like, it would be annoying for me, but this isn't a video where I'm going to be worried about like backdrops and lighting equipment and, you know, crazy cameras and microphones and shit like that. Like, if you want that type of video, there's millions of videos that are being made like that every single day. Go watch a video like that, and then, I don't know, come back or not. But at this point, it's like, I need to attract the people that, you know, get what I'm talking about and that understand and are going through the same things. And I like desperately need that right now. And I love a support system. I love having a community of people that lift each other up and like support one another. And my dream is to have a platform where I can uplift and support other women and just people in general. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you liked this type of video. I know that it was long, but these are just things that, you know, are coming straight from my soul, like straight up. And, you know, you can't, like, you can't act out this type of video. Like, you can't plan a video like this, but these are the videos that I love watching, and these are the videos that I think are important for me to put out. So yeah, but let me know if you like these types of videos. I would love to do more. I plan on doing plenty more. But yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and don't forget, you are loved, you are powerful, you are strong, you're enough, and you are cared for. And don't ever, 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 ever forget that. Do not ever forget that, because if you do, I'm gonna track you down and I'm gonna kill you. I'm just kidding. But please don't ever forget your worth, and don't ever forget that you are loved and you are cared for. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye, take care.